So, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Blossoming. Let's get to it, right? Taurus. And this is the reason why I'm naming it the way that I named it, right? Taurus will get you a Pisces because it seems every time that I do a video and I'm like, such and such sign, get your Pisces back. Or such and such sign, get your Scorpio back. Such and such sign, get your Aquarius back. Somebody always got to jump in the comment section like, what? Now, I could never, like, we don't go back to nobody. We don't go back. And a lot of y'all be going back to y'all exes for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? But listen, to avoid all of that, right? I'm going to just tell you, or I'm going to base this video upon a Taurus getting a Pisces just straight out the gate. So, whether you're getting them back or y'all decipher that. You know what I'm saying? But Blossoming, let's get to your issue. I got enough information to go on. I also want to state, just in case your guy sees this, your significant other, your lover, nothing personal against you, dude. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I'm here to help. I'm here to assist, especially people that I interact with, that I can help. So I'm just going based upon the scenario. You know what I mean? And if anything, I'm going to be supportive of you because you're a Pisces, dude. So just in case you're cross-watching, a lot of people cross-watching. Who knows if anybody knows, and then so it could potentially happen. You know what I mean? But Blossoming, here we go. Nonetheless, let's get it started. So let's begin with this, right? You said you'll do whatever you need to do to keep your Pisces man. You'll let him talk to other people as long as he knows where home is, and you're even down to present a threesome to him. All right. Okay. Now, there's a few things we should talk about, right? Let's start with you'll let him talk to other women. That's cool. It's cool because it shows that you are going to allow networking to come in your relationship. So as I mentioned before in different videos, on the zodiac wheel under the solar dial, Taurus Pisces is going to be the 11th house for you. So even if you don't want to interact in an environment where there's friendships, there's groups that have purpose to them, and these groups can be extensive, they can be vast, they can be varied, but for the most part, they're going to be purposeful in helping bringing your dreams into fruition, Taurus. So being able to let your Pisces speak to other women is going to be, if it's not primarily connected to that type of network, it still is like practice ground, if you ask me, to being able to see this Pisces, you know what I'm saying? Be around other people, rub shoulders, mingle and stuff like that, because it gives you that practice that you'll need to be able to see them doing this on a larger scale eventually, whatever that means to you too. It doesn't have to be big in size. Pause. It could mean qualitative, right? So whatever that means to you. But what I'm saying is it prepares you, so that it doesn't feel foreign to you when it occurs, especially when power is exerted in these types of networks and relationships, especially when it comes to the 11th house. That's corporate money. That's the bigger thing. That's the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? So when you're doing stuff like that, you open that up. You know what I'm saying? You open that type of interaction up, and it prepares you. And the longer that you can endure that, the longer that you'll be able to withstand it, and your Pisces will see that about you. They'll feel comfortable being in other spaces because, some dudes, I know some personally, some dudes be scared of their chick, man. You know what I mean? And I can't even knock them. Sometimes it'd be for good reason because they chicks really could get on it like that. You know what I'm saying? There's some violent chicks out here and all types of stuff. You know what I mean? Not saying that you all Blossoming. I'm just saying, like, it's potentially can happen. And sometimes just the way that women talk and the women look. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they can give that type of scare to their man that says, everything like that is off limits. So that's big of you to do. And at the same time, I want to tell you this, right? If it's really not in you to do that type of thing, don't attempt it. However, my experiences with Taurus, it's not the worst thing that can happen. Like, although Taurus can be territorial, for the sake of relationship, I guess it's a Venus thing. And let me take Venus out of it. I think it's just a Taurus thing to want to please their partner is something that allows you to even say something like that. You know what I'm saying? And mean it. So I believe you. I'm not saying I think you front. I believe you. I'm saying, you know, be strong, should I say? You know what I'm saying? Because when it really happens, and I can give you an example about like polyamorous relationships for Pisces, right? It's like, I would say it falls more on the Pisces. Like if the Pisces is truly with it, then yeah, right? But let's say you present it to the Pisces and Pisces is like, are you sure? If they say something like that, forget it. You know what I mean? Unless they're really playing. Like you got to be able to really tell if they playing. Like you can look in their eyes and you can tell that they with it, but they just saying, yo, you sure? You know what I'm saying? Just to play with you or toy with you because they know how possessive you can be. You know what I'm saying? But if they really are kind of like scared and like even skeptical or maybe even say no real quick, don't even force it on them because they probably not about that life. Some Pisces are devoted to the person that they with and they don't even fuck around like that. So I would advise not to force it on them if they put out that kind of energy. But if they with it, Pisces is really going to be with it. And when in a polyamorous relationship, you should want to feel like you want to share your man with another woman. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't have that feeling, then it can be not good. It could be a detriment because if you just come in off the basis of you're doing that to please your partner, whatever it is to please your partner, I mean, you can take them to a strip joint, man. You know what I'm saying? Or you could take them. Nah, let me stop. You know what I'm about to say though, right? If it's just like that, then you can take them to one of those joints. You know what I'm saying? But if you really feel like your man is top notch to that level to where like, man, you can't believe, like you're just baffled how you're the only woman that's experiencing this dude, then yeah, put him on to another chick. You might be the one who picks the chick and all that, or you know, y'all pick her together, however it goes. You know what I'm saying? I would advise to have a heart that states that, you know what I'm saying, that you actually want to share your man because he's that dope. You understand? Okay, so let's get to the next thing, right? He fights for the relationship, but your actions pushes him away, and makes him leave. Man, if I've been there before. Okay, so, you know, my first culprit out of the gate is stubbornness and don't like change. Stubbornness and don't like change. You say you can do both. You are both. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be honest, you know? But it's like, here it's deeper than that, right? That's like, often relationships can be that way, to where someone is fighting for it to be a certain way, but the other person, this is why I say it's probably got more to do with stubbornness and not wanting to change, because Pisces is probably wanting to morph this thing, right? Because a Pisces will try to work around you, like the ocean water will try to work around you and wrap themselves around you to make it work, mirage and transform into anything you need them to be, while still maintaining their personality, right? And if that doesn't work, then it's going to be stressful on the Pisces, to the point where it's just going to be like talking to a brick wall sort of energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to be like, they're going to be telling themselves like, man, it's not going to work. They're probably going to talk to you too. Like, yo, I can't, anything I do, you still on it like this. You still on it like that. You still on it like this. You still on that. You know, Pisces is not going to be necessarily one to shun away from arguing with you. If they know you're an argumentative person, they're going to be all right with that because it's you're being honest. They can put up with that. But if it gets to a point where it's not even an argument no more, it's like a broken record, like you pretty much are saying the same thing that you've been saying from the beginning, like you're not with this, you're not with that, you're not with this, you're not with that, then the Pisces is going to get stressed the fuck out. You understand? And that's going to push them out the door, because the Pisces is mutable. The Pisces needs to move. The Pisces needs to be adjustable and adaptable. And anything too rigid and streamlined makes the Pisces nervous. It makes them feel like it makes them feel like they're in Groundhog Day. You ever seen that movie? If you get a chance, watch the movie Groundhog Day if you didn't see the movie. It's just like you're in a time loop. You're repeating the same day over and over and over again. And I don't even want to use the word boredom. It's just frustrating. A Pisces is going to feel like they're missing out. They're going to have the fear of missing out because they keep repeating that time loop. And it could be instantaneously with Taurus time loops, because it's like, yo, we just got finished talking about this. Like last time we had an argument, we was arguing about this. Like there's no progress, there's no movement here. So therefore, I got to be out. You know what I'm saying? But this, even to be on that note, right? Because I understand even more, because to clarify even more, we need to elaborate on where y'all at under the solar dial. I speak about this often, right? So Pisces is in the 11th house for you, Taurus. You're in the 3rd house for Pisces. You're in the 3rd house for Pisces. So, and when I first approached this strategy in astrology, right? When this first dawned on me, I'm like, all right, let me approach it from this way. This is better. Because you said it takes a man to guide you, right? And this is how it goes, right? This is where the challenge really is for y'all. It takes a man to guide you, and I believe you. You know what I'm saying? I even attest, I subscribe to that notion. And at the same time, any man that's on your lease cannot guide you. I don't know how many hearts I'm about to break out there or how many feathers I'm about to ruffle, but it needs to be said. It needs to be said. If something is biblical that I agree with, is that the man is the head. It's that the man is the head. And like hard-bodied women notice. I guess when I say hard-body, I mean experience. Women with wisdom, they notice. They know if they use the tricks, temptation included, all of those tricks on their man, and their man falls for it, they might find it cute because they know that they're their man's weakness. But at the same time, they know that potentially, or they think that potentially could happen with another woman. Another woman could be a distraction to them out there in the streets, or they'll even let their own woman get the best of them. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not going to end up in them being their optimum selves. So it's like when they're not going full steam ahead and being who they need to be without the fear of losing you because they're on their best foot, then he's not going to be the best Pisces for you. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you say you need a guide, yeah, I attest to that. I believe you. And men cannot guide in the domain of women. It just does not work that way, yo. I gotta break the news to y'all, B. Like, I gotta break the news to y'all. It does not work that way. It doesn't work for the men. Let me be clear about that. It doesn't work for the man. And it works for the woman. A woman will thrive when a man is in their domain. They'll even fluff the pillows and make, y'all know how I talk about Taurus too. They'll fluff the pillows, they make the whole shit nice and everything. But that's like temporary. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be a time that comes to where you raise your voice, or the tone of your voice switch. You might tell them to wash the dishes. Get up and wash the dishes, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And the whole atmosphere can change after that. You know what I'm saying? And this leads me into the gift giving that you're doing for your Pisces. First of all, you're using business money to shower your Pisces with gifts. Don't do that, yo. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. I'm telling you, as a business owner, don't ever do that. Put your money that you get from your business back into your business, man. All right? And even more, the reason to do that is because Pisces is going to be your 11th house partner, or should be, at least under the solar dial initially. So for them to see you doing stuff like that, that's going to draw your Pisces man closer to you. That's going to make him latch on and be more attached to you, at least on a network level. You might want it more physical than it should be. And that could be a thing because 11th house is brain work. You understand? But when you stop showering him and shower your business, not even on yourself like that. He see you get fly and all that. I'm pretty sure that's what attracted him to you. You know what I mean? But when he see that you pumping money back into your business, he gonna see a way to get in and fit in there. He's gonna feel more like a man in that area. He's gonna feel like a better potential mate in that area because he's gonna be part of a system. See, a Pisces would rather depend on a system than to depend on a person. And this is another thing that I gotta mention, right? Like, you showering your Pisces man with gifts, I don't. It's difficult for us to accept gifts. Like, I'm serious. Like, if you ask a Pisces, yo, what you want? You know, I was thinking about you. We might go like, oh, that's so dope. Like, but I don't know. Give me what you feel you should give me. You know what I'm saying? Surprise me. Like, we'll say shit like that often because a lot of the times we don't even be thinking. It's either like we don't deserve that shit or there's a catch. Some asshole maybe in our earlier life did some shit like that. Like, oh yeah, mi casa, tu casa, you know, and then they ain't really mean that shit and then just mess it up for everybody. Like, people are just fucking rude. You know what I mean? But shit like that, Pisces is not great at receiving gifts. They appreciate it, but they're not the best at, you know, getting showered with all this stuff because they're going to think it's a catch. They might think that you're patronizing them. They might think that you're undermining them in some type of way. Like, oh, like they're a charity case. You understand what I'm saying? And Pisces is huge on charity. So it's not that they don't like charity, but if they don't show you that they're in a position that needs charity, they're going to look at you like you look at them like less than. You understand what I'm saying? When it's just like, yo, why don't you just send me to the public assistance office? You know what I'm saying? Like, and they might even say some shit like that one day. But for real, you know what I'm saying? So they will feel more appreciated if you pump your money into your own business and be like, yo, even if they had to work for the whatever the gift was for you, they'd feel way better doing that because they'll be giving you a service, doing you a service, and they'll be rewarded for it. Now you may be like, I ain't gonna treat my man like that's my man. You my man. I'm something. But Pisces, I'm telling you, they don't operate like that, B. We don't operate like that, yo. We don't. And this is the reason why. Venus in Pisces is exalted. And Venus in Pisces, whenever Venus, any other sign, Venus means money. When Venus gets into Pisces, is exalted. Venus means spending energy on each other. Trumps everything. Ain't got nothing to do with the money. It ain't got nothing to do with the, oh, let me put this on you and dress you up like that and let's go out here. They nothing to do with it. It's as simple as just sitting on a beanbag with each other like, yo, that Netflix and chilling shit, that's Venus and Pisces. Like, it got nothing to do with all that extracurricular stuff. Trust me when I tell you, you know? So, and I say that to say this, now back to this, right? To the whole lease thing. No man can lead a woman when that man is on their lease. It just don't happen. I'm telling you. And it's sad. Social media is special because social media shows us these days, and you know, it's sad when we see these videos floating around with these guys. They got their bags packed on the lawn and stuff like that. But it's really eye-opening. The world needs to see those things because it's real. When a man is out there like that, it's terrible. I'm not saying it's no different for a woman, but at least women know women are used to taking people in. You understand? That's big mama stuff right there. Like, yo, okay, you ain't got no place, bring her on in here. Child, look at you, come in here and get, you know what I mean? Like, that's big mama stuff. But men is different, yo. Men, we get into some shit, like, it's over for niggas, yo. Like, you gotta really find, like, the men who are mentors and in other kids' lives who are not, you know, who don't have, they usually got a foundation, which is like a good wife, good kids, good family background and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, niggas is going to jail. Straight up. That's the alternative. Niggas is going to jail, the fucking group homes, or the fucking graveyard, B. So, but you said he's working on himself. That's a good thing. Let him continue working on himself. But you can't get jealous at the same time when he's out there working on himself. And you wasn't clear about that, whether it was jealous about him getting better or him messing with other chicks. Because in one notion you say, oh, you'll let him talk to other women, but I guess because he did a fat girl, like, this is a big thing. Now you say you short, brown skin, thick, hair done, nails, wax, all that, like. And this is not to get too personal, right? But I would say that probably got something to do with self-esteem issues with your Pisces man, and it's probably due to you doing so much for yourself and for him. You say you're independent, right? So you do your thing, but him seeing you do for yourself, you got a house, you got a car, and you're doing so much for him, right? Puts him in a position that says, man, and you bad. So it puts him in a position that says, man, this chick is what the average nigga dream for, right? Yet we don't fully get along because she's so stubborn. So mentally we not fully clicking. So I gotta get up out of Dodge and do what? Work on myself, because there's some type of insecurity there. She gotta own this, she gotta own that. She buying me this, she buying me that, right? And she don't want me to have my way with her fully. I mean fully. The threesome ain't just going. Let me tell you, man, the threesome ain't gonna make him be like, okay, we gonna do everything your way. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna be it. It's nice, but that's not gonna be the trump card. You know what I mean? So he's gonna go and do him. He's gonna go and better himself, and I commend him for doing that. But you can't. You gonna let him talk to other women? You can't get mad. You know what I'm saying? And the whole, because she's a fat chick or whatever the case may be. I would say that's low self-esteem only because sometimes when we deal with the baddest chicks, they could do us the dirtiest. And then we realize that I just did a video on living lowly, right? We realize that just living lowly and humbling yourself sometimes and looking at the quality of a person's character and personality and all that. I know this shit might sound a little cliche, you might think I'm bullshitting, but I'm not. Some of these chicks out here really got it going on as human beings, like as people. And if they happen to be 240 pounds and they like gravy, so fucking be it. You know what I mean? Because they got something else that's lacking in the person who's got all the attractive looks. And trust, I know, like, it's hard being attractive sometimes because people want to take you down. You know what I'm saying? You fly and you doing shit. I don't like that. Like, people are like that, you know? It's a statistic too. I'm not just stating this. Like, there's a statistic that states people who are more attractive have more problems than other people. They end up in courtrooms more than other people. They might go to jail and stuff like that behind this type of, just behind their looks. So I'm not just making this shit up either. But this is where it's tricky for y'all, right? Because Taurus is the third sign, the third house under Pisces astrological wheel under the solar dial, right? So that means like Pisces can do well by actually going to your neighborhood. And this doesn't have to immediately mean your house, but I'll tell you this from experience. Now, this is I'm giving to you from hardcore experience, right? Apartment buildings are communities. I don't know if people know that, but when it comes to astrology, this is confirmed in astrology from my experiences. Apartment complexes are communities. So if you live in one of those, it can behoove the Pisces to go through your joint. But it gets a little complex when they situate themselves in your house, on your lease. You see, there's a difference, you know? Third house is about quick energy, movement, doing things, right? But if your domain is full Taurus energy could be like a black hole, be like the whole time could slow down and the next thing you know, like you don't want to do nothing or be anywhere but butt naked on the couch with this broad. You know what I mean? And that can dampen what the sun initially has in store for Pisces. So a Pisces must enter your community on the notion that this is going to be to connect us, not just you and him, but others as well. On an ideal level, it might be out the box, more than likely it is, but there's no reason to fret. The thing to do there is to keep combining in order to make that thing happen. And this connects great with the 11th house. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Gemini over here, you got Aquarius, which is also an air sign. So you're going to connect mentally in that area. And then when it comes to where Pisces is for you, Taurus, it's more brain work where you can connect again. See, that's where it's beautiful and it's roses. But if they stay there, right, as a resident, this is where things differ. Because now that's your significant other, that's your lover, right? That's not your acquaintance, as the third house would suggest. it's a little deeper than that now. So what's the solution? There is a solution, because I wouldn't have titled it that. Well, it's relatively something that I've said before and I've spoken about before. And that is, you got to learn some contract work. Third house is contracts. Pisces your Pisces other got to learn some contract work, which shouldn't be difficult because it's the third house. So they might have to take it slow when it comes to working out a deal with you, because Taurus, the sign, the expression is gradual, right? So there ain't no rushing into this, but this could be something that should continuously happen. You understand what I'm saying? And this is something you need to check yourself on, Taurus. If you're snooty, or if you feel like you're above signing paperwork, if you feel like you're above, I don't know what your business is right now, like as far as paperwork goes. I don't know if you're a sole proprietorship. I don't know if you're a LLC. I don't know if you're S Corp, C Corp, partnership. I don't know. But if you haven't reached that level and you think you're beyond that, like you're like, oh no, I can't do that, then you better think again. You need to get with the program. I can't even say get with the times. It's been going on for a while now. And it's going to bring me to this thing because you struggling with some debt right now, and I'm going to get to that too. This ties right into that, right? The 8th house, you're trying to approach this debt thing, right? The 8th house under the solar dial for Taurus is the sign Sagittarius. There might be some traveling that you need to do in order to get this debt off of your back. And don't be discouraged. And I think it's big of you to even bring that up. A lot of people don't even want to say stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of us are in debt, you know what I'm saying? And debt is not good or bad, if you ask me. You know, I went to school for all of this shit, so I know. But more than that, I've actually been able to experience handling debt, when the ups and the downs. But debt is related to the 8th house, and the 8th house is about extremes, ups and downs anyway. So if you're not ready to balance some debt and be honest with yourself and say, you know what, there's going to be times that I spend more than I shouldn't because of the feeling. Or there's going to be times that I harden my heart and hold on to more than I should because of the feeling, until I come up. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that when it comes to the 8th house, you know? Because you come up out of it's like the Phoenix energy. You come up out of the ashes and you come up in that Sagittarius energy on fire. You feel me? So there's something along the lines that you got to do in that energy when it comes to Taurus. Now that is like a wake-up call as well, because Sagittarius energy doesn't play about being stagnant, you know? Sagittarius energy is like, look, I peeped that, I peeped that, I peeped that. And whether it's intuition or it's just the reality of that shit ain't doing good for me. You know, it might work for X, Y, and Z, but it ain't doing good for me. And I might be comfortable over here not doing this, but it's more exciting and it's more eye-opening and it's more of a journey in living a true life to go approach this uncomfortable thing over here to bring me on the other side. And I don't know what the fuck is going to be over there, but I'm doing it nonetheless. Like, that's what's going to settle your debts, Taurus. That's what's going to settle your debts. And if it's not necessarily that, right? Because for Tauruses especially, right, y'all do got to focus on the money, because that's even more part of the plan, right? It's money involved. So you'd be surprised when you step out of your comfort zone. Sagittarius is about going in other people's domains, their communities, eating their food, octopuses, whatever the fuck, all that. You know what I'm saying? Going to people speak different languages. It's all that. So you got to imagine how uncomfortable that could be for you. However, have you studied foreign lands, long distance travels, people from different cultures? You'd be surprised how you can get in where you fit in over there and make $1 or $2. You understand? So, but not only that, right? It could just be a way of life that needs to change. Sagittarius is about a way of life too that says, you know, I've seen everybody be stuck in the rut because they won't ever go outside of either their comfort zone or what the trend is or what they're told to believe. And I want to be that one that goes over there to at least know or find out if I'm being lied to. And Taurus, this is a major challenge for you and something that you must conquer and this will assist you in fulfilling those debt obligations. Not only that, it's going to be the groundwork for your business. Your business is that 11th house action where you want that Pisces to be, where that Pisces should be, right? Because 8th house is a money house too. 8th house, 11th house are money houses. So how you deal with other people's money in the 8th house is going to have a huge impact on how the 11th house turns out for you when you want to put your dreams and wishes into fruition. So just think about it, right? You got dreams and fruitions that you want to bring to the forefront, right? Somebody gives you a loan. It could be a personal loan too. It's really the universe testing the waters. They give you something that's theirs and say, okay, look, here go 300 in credit. Let's see how you do with that. If you don't pay that back, that's saying a lot to the 11th house and the 11th house people, to the 11th house universal work that says, look how this person behaves, in the 8th house. You think they deserve to make their own corporate type money in the 11th house to bring their own dreams and wishes into fruition? They can't even settle this debt over here with us. You understand what I'm saying? And to further extend on that, because that could sound, it is as hard body as I said it is, but it's not as harsh as I said it is either, because you'd be surprised how far a small payment can go when it comes to these debt obligations. Pay what you can is pretty much what I'm saying. When you get it, pay what you can and then keep it pushing. I would say do not sacrifice, I wouldn't say your lifestyle, but don't sacrifice yourself for fulfilling a debt obligation. But minimize, use some discipline and work things out. Stay determined to work things out with yourself as an individual in order to fork some of that cash over to your debt obligation. You understand what I'm saying? And you'll probably find out that that's the way of life that you need to be traveling on in order for things to get bigger for you. But my point here is, don't think you're beyond that because of the whole, and don't think you're beyond that because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, because you're going to throw the relationship out of the window because of how you feel about each other. You understand? And long-term goals and bringing dreams and wishes into fruition, that's not, that's where Pisces benefits you. Pisces people in general, and this might break some hearts out there. This might fuck you up a bit because you're like, damn, I just want him to be my man. Like, what the fuck? But you don't want to curse out God later, right? And be like, God, why is this happening? It's like, yo, I'm telling you, this is in the stars. Now, your natal charts will say something else, but immediately in the moment, this is how it is for Taurus and Pisces people. I didn't experience this time and time again. I'm going to give you a small example about the community thing, right? So I could clarify even a bit more. I go into this Taurus woman's community, and I'm cool, and I get everything. I get the red carpet treatment. I get the food. I even get the keys. I could drive. The cable, the remote. I could be there when they not there. You understand what I'm saying? All of that is there. There's one thing that's missing, and I wouldn't say there's one thing that's missing, right? And that thing is the Pisces, me being me, is not allowed to be the best me in the Taurus's 11th house. So this is why I'm telling you about if you think you're beyond structuring your business, getting the paperwork for it, if you think you're beyond y'all splitting up shares, and if this even sounds foreign to you, think again, because you're gonna lose your Pisces. You're not gonna be able to get a Pisces, yo. I'm telling you, you gotta tap into that and figure that stuff out and do what it is that you need to do. Now look, this does not mean that you're gonna marry a Pisces. This does not mean that you're gonna be romantic with a Pisces. You're missing the point. The sun will do what the sun does. The universe does what the universe does. It's really a system. It's not all well wishing and stuff like that. Sometimes people could wish themselves and do shit way out of the box that they shouldn't have been doing in the first place in order to get somebody or do something with somebody. And it's just like, yo, look, listen to this, watch the signs and listen to the universe. The universe will tell you, get you a Pisces that can fit in that wedge, and then take it and see where it goes. Sometimes maybe you just need to be around a Pisces for that. And then you get to liking them and saying, oh, this, that, and the third. It might turn into something based upon your natal charts. That's a different video, right? But if you come in the gate saying, nah, this my bull thing. This is how it's going to be. I'm going to marry this guy and this, that, and the third. And if you hurt yourself, I'm telling you again, don't get the blaming God, because I'm telling you, God put a whole map in the sky for you. How could you do? What are we talking about? So check it out, because you got talents and you got gifts. You want to do the YouTube channel, and all of that, right? So think about what I'm saying. It really aligns with yourself. If he's working on him, let him continue to work on him. He's just going to get better as an individual. And if he links up with somebody else in a romantic space, you just going to have to eat that one, man. Straight up, you're just going to have to eat that and listen to the words that I'm saying. Because just like I said in the beginning of the video, a lot of people like to say that they don't go back to their exes, or they don't go back to people that they used to deal with. And that's people who think that time is a linear scale. They don't realize that if you look at this shit from up above, ain't nothing linear about time. If you look at the earth as it's a flat earth and it's a circle, ain't nothing linear about time. Y'all just moving around and moving around and moving around and moving around. So all that X, don't go back and forward, the future, and you're just shortchanging yourself. Because I'm telling you, certain circumstances will switch around to, let's say you get your business to the way you want it to be. And if it isn't this particular Pisces, another Pisces is going to come into your life that's going to strengthen that corporate area, to strengthen where you want to bring your dreams and wishes into fruition. You just got to be open enough. See, this is where it struggles as well. This is where Tauruses struggle as well. Tauruses can be real to themselves. And when you got an 11th house, it doesn't suggest that. Think big, bitch. Think big, bitch. And I know I'm being animated right now. And again, I'm saying whatever big means to you. You know what I'm saying? If it got to be small within a tight group, but it's qualitative, whatever big is to you, think that way. You understand what I'm saying? And don't let your independence and your stubbornness and your one way of seeing things prevent you from expanding. You understand? So, and this is what I meant to say about the community before I get ready to close this, right? Is there being money circulated in your community? Taurus, a lot falls on your shoulders when it comes to wealth, quality, because it's your sign. You know what I mean? So if your community is torn down in a sense, if your community is one that, I don't know, use census.gov. Go on census.gov and look at the reports of your community. See what the median, average, all that income is. See how much people are earning per capita in the household. Check out those numbers. You know what I'm saying? Because if the math ain't mathing, it's only so comfortable that your Pisces can get, and it's only so much that you can expand when it comes to the whole balancing of community and corporate revenue and stuff like that. You know, dreams and wishes coming into fruition. So think about that. You got all of these things on the back burner, right? Your talents and your gifts when it comes to you want to start your YouTube channel. You know how to make shirts. You do nails. You do hair. You fine as fuck. Like, what the fuck is stopping you from doing all of those things? It could be the people that's around you, or the people who's not around you. You understand what I'm saying? So, that's gonna have a lot to deal with how you implement that. Is where's the money at? If you're the only one making money, you gotta tap in with other people who are making money, dealing with what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Or at least doing what you're doing, and then you'll either find a love of your life, perhaps. Don't quote me on that, because I say that would have more to do with astrocartography. But now that I've reversed on that, it's a beautiful thing. But And you never know. The Pisces that's working on himself, he might come back in that fold for you. You know what I mean? It might be in a different light than you imagined it, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Do you really fuck with him like that to the point where y'all could still be friends? Or if it ain't lovers, it's like, fuck him. You know? You got to tell yourself that too. You got to be real with yourself when it comes to that too. This is for all Tauruses listening and watching. But at the same time, shout out to Blossoming for even putting herself out there like that. And, you know, really just reaching out in order to get some type of assistance when it comes to this. You know, for you doing that, Blossoming, it allows other Tauruses watching this video to tap in as well, because I'm talking about things that happen in the sun signs horoscope between Pisces and Taurus. So all Pisces and Tauruses could benefit from this video. All right, I'm out.